And with that, another charity car rolls up on the block. On behalf of the Mission Continues, a 1970 Chevrolet Nova. Once again, here's Barrett Jackson, company president. Steve Davis
we're
on the
backing up
podium.
on the last car. We got a question.
Whoops, some housekeeping first.
So now you have two gentlemen. All right, I understand. This is on the last car. This is on the last car. It was a 1960 model Chevrolet Corvette convertible. Clint, just get it all straight. You want to do that? You had two gentlemen. Like I told you, Clint had two bidders, Cash had one bidder. You got them straight, Clint? Clint, what you want to do? Does he want to do it? Does he want to do three? Don't matter. Perfect. Put it to him on the front row, 92,000. Change the ticket, 92,000. Clint's bidder, front row. Thank you both. All you got to do is just bid what we ask you, sir. That's what we're asking. We're 2 and 5. Clint put you in it twice. He's right there at 2, and then we're asking you for 3. If you don't want it, we'll sell it right on the front row, 92,000. Thank you.
That's what we do with Barrett Jackson, folks. Total transparency here. But as I was saying, we have one of the most incredible cars that you'll ever see on the auction block right now. But I'll tell you something, we have something even more special, and it's the cause that this car represents. I'm going to introduce Eric Greitens, who's going to tell us a little bit about his cause. But ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell you something about this guy right here. There's all types of charities out there, and we love them all, and we're affected by each and every one in our own special way. But the work that Eric does and the work that Eric represents is special in every way. This is a true American hero that I have the privilege and honor to stand next to up here, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you just a few things about this man to my right. Eric is a former Navy SEAL. If that doesn't say it all, he's been deployed multiple times to Iraq and Afghanistan. Multiple deployments. He's the recipient of many, many awards, including the Bronze Star, ladies and gentlemen, Purple Heart, Combat Action Ribbon. When you say American hero, this is what we're talking about. This is why we are all here enjoying what we do. Amy every morning very eloquently talks about our veterans, sings the Star Spangled Banner, does all those great things. Barrett Jackson feels incredibly grateful to what these people do. I'm going to let Eric tell you a little more about what he does. We're going to have some other speakers. We got a great Barrett Jackson family member that built this car, Shamira Customs here. But Eric, let me hand it over to you, buddy.
A few days ago, we marked the 11th anniversary of September 11th. We all remember where we were that day. I was in Navy SEAL training, and I remember that every member of my class said in his own way, I wish I had been on one of those planes. They didn't have any desire to die, but they had signed up to protect and to serve on the front lines, and that day the front lines were on those planes. Over the course of the last 11 years, my teammates and millions of American men and women have gone overseas to serve on the front lines. They took an oath to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States. In 2007, my team was hit by a suicide truck bomb in Iraq. I was very fortunate. My injuries were minor. I was taken to the Fallujah Surgical Hospital. I was treated there, and I was able to return to duty. But when I came home, I went to see some of my friends, and I went to Bethesda Naval Hospital. When I spoke with the men and women there, and I asked each one of them what they wanted to do when they recovered, every single one of them said, I want to return to my unit. They all said, I want to return to my unit. These are men and women who had lost legs and lungs and arms and eyesight, and they still wanted to be part of the fight. And what we do at the Mission Continues is that we have hundreds of veterans who come back, and we help them to continue that mission of public service in communities around America. It's men like Kelvin McElmore, right here, United States Army, serving with the Phoenix Fire Department. It's men like Joe Rosner with the United States Marine Corps, who's serving with the Challenge Athletes Foundation. And hundreds of other veterans around the country who are continuing their mission of public service. Now, not all of us who are here today, were able to serve on the front lines overseas. But every single one of us can play a role on the front lines in communities around America to make sure that when these men and women come home, that they know that we remember them and that we see them as assets when they come home. And we are incredibly grateful to Steve Safa, who donated to the Mission Continues Watch, to Steve Davis, to Gary, to the entire Barrett Jackson family who've gotten behind the Mission Continues, and to PJ and the whole team at Chimera Customs who have worked for 2 years to bring this car here today. We know that they are all playing a role on the front lines, and we will win this fight, all of us together, to welcome home this proud generation. Thank you all very much.
Okay. Yeah, PJ, nobody can talk about this car more than this guy right here. He builds some incredible cars. He's had a lot of experience at Barrett Jackson. We've kind of, again, made this our poster child. We've drug it from coast to coast, and here it is, and we're honored to have it. We're honored to have the cause. Tell us a little bit about what they're going to be buying.
The car is a 1970 Nova. We started out with a factory numbers matching car that was in kind of rough repair. Frame off rotisserie. No expense was spared. I mean, when you look at the car, you can see that there's a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears went into it. My shop, we're behind this 100%, and that's why we're here.
Absolutely. We're going to have this gentleman right here. If somebody needs to say something, this is this fellow right here. That's why we feel safe in this country, right here, folks.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name's Kelvin McLemore. I'm from Phoenix, Arizona. And I would like to just take a couple of minutes out of your time to share with you my experience in the United States Army. I entered the United States Army in 1999. Prior to joining the service, I lost my 2 older brothers, one to a drunk driver, the other to a gunshot. I'm gonna give a moment to myself to let you guys think about that. 5 years later, I decided to join the military. I was serving in Korea my first year when I got a call that my wife was diagnosed with cancer. I was on a plane home, and the next day, I was able to see my wife. 4 months later, she passed away due to melanoma cancer. Before she left this world, she left me with one daughter, who was 1 year old when she passed away. A week before she passed away, my father passed away to heart failure. 6 months around that time, our world got hit on September 11th by terrorist acts. I'm sitting in the living room with my daughter, who's 1 year old at the time, trying to figure out whether I'm going to go to war or am I going to go home and take care of my daughter. My heart chose to serve my country. Give yourself a moment to think about that. 2007, I served in Iraq. 2 years prior to that, I lost my youngest brother to yet another gunshot. In 2007, later that year, I was wounded in Iraq. I was clearing houses and I had to be medevaced to Walter Reed, where I was rehabilitated and sent back to my unit. I continued to serve until 2010. In 2010 was a very, very difficult part. It was the transitioning part, from military to civilian. I ran into the Mission Continues, and when I heard about how much they care about our soldiers and what we have done for our country, I knew that I was in the right place. I did my fellowship with the Phoenix Fire Department Crisis Response Team, responding to 911 calls of all 911 emergencies. And during which time, I continued to go to school, coach basketball, coach football, and train for hard bodies competition. With the support of the Mission Continues, I found a peace of mind back home. For those that have never loved someone, you should know how I feel standing up here. And for those of us that continue to serve, for those of us that have served, and for those of us that support the ones that serve, God blesses us. Your donations toward this vehicle It's going to help men like me continue serving, not only in our military, but here at home. God bless you and thank you for your time.
Let's give it up, folks. Now let's rock and roll, Spanky. Let's show these soldiers and these veterans what we got.
10,000, 20,000, I'm at 10, 20, 20, 20, but 20, 30, even about $30,000. I'm at 20 to go, 30 to be in, 30 to buy, but $30,000, David to get 20,000, $30,000. I'm at 30, 40, I'm at 40 to be in, 40 to be in, but 40, 40, 50, even about 50, I'm at 50, I'm at 40,000, $50,000. I'm at 40, but 50,000, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, I'm at 50, 60, even to get $60,000. Even about 50,000, $60,000. And 50 to go, take it to be, take it to buy, but about 60,000, $60,000. And 50,000, $60,000. And 50 to be, take it about 60, even about 50,000, $60,000. And 50 to go, take it to be, take it to buy, but about 60,000. David to get 60, even about 50,000, 60.
Ladies and gentlemen, Frame Off Rotisserie Restoration here. Once again, Steve, all the proceeds go to benefit. The mission continues. No sell fee, no buy fee. You write your check straight to the charity. Is that correct?
Again, and what better cause, ladies and gentlemen? We couldn't be here doing what we're here doing today without these folks and their sacrifice and their family. The car is worth way more than that. Come on, let's make these guys proud. God bless America. God bless our troops. Let's raise a lot of money for these guys. Without them, we can't be here.
55 at the box, 60. 55 at the top of the 60. 55,000, 60,000.
Well, this car is powered by a Pat Musey 555 motor, and we can see right here at the front of the block a little bit of extra height of the block because 555 cubic inches is about 100 more than Chevrolet ever envisioned for this architecture. So in order to get that much, you have to extend the bore with a taller block. So Pat Musey did the job, got Edelbrock Performer heads, and of course Musey out of Cataract, New Jersey, one of the NMCA heavy hitters with his old Popeye green Camaro. But beautifully done car, gotta have at least 600 horsepower under the hood.
I'm gonna get 3, 5, 63, 65. I'm gonna get 5, 5, 3, and 5, but I'm 5, 63,000, $65,000. I'm gonna get 5, 5, chicken 3, but I'm 5, and chicken 3, but I'm 5, but I'm 5, but I'm 5, 63,000, $65,000. I'm gonna get 5, 5, 5, 5, chicken 5, but I'm 5, but I'm 5, Justin, and 65.
Frame Off, rotisserie restored, pro touring style, photo documented build to custom specs. Again, all proceeds go to benefit the charity on a beautiful, beautiful car, Steve.
Spanky, we're doing an auction here, folks, absolutely, but we're doing much more than that in this particular case. Here's an opportunity to not only help this amazing cause, but every single soldier and every single soldier's family and each and every one of us to protect our freedoms in the most incredible country in the world, the United States of America. Come on, guys. I know there's some guys up there. The car is worth more than that. Come on, guys.
63,000, 65,000. $65,000. 65 to get it. And taking 5 of them, 5, taking 5 of them, 5 of them, now. $65,000. $65,000. $65,000. David of them, 5 to go, 5 of them, 5 of them, 5. Where are we, man? $65,000. $65,000. David of them, 5. Thank you. I'm at 3, 5, 3, and 5 of them, 4. 63, 64. In advance. I'm at 3, 4, 3, and 4, but I'm 4. I'm at 3 and 4, 3 and 4, but I'm 4. I'm at 3 and 4, 9, but I'm that's your bid, Jim, at 63, 64, 63, 4, 4, 3 and 4, but I'm oh, 62.5 is the bid. All right. All right, 62.5. Now 3, 62, 5, 63. I'm at 2, 5, 3. $63,000. David of 3 going once. Roll it out. 62, 5, 63. 63, 64. $64,000. David of 4, chicken 5. 65, 65, 65,000. $65,000. David of 5. $65,000. David of 5. $66,000. 65 in the front row. 66,000. 66 for you, Jim. $66,000. 66 going once. 66.
Spanky, I was just informed I got this incredible watch that goes with the car. It's absolutely beautiful. Same watch I believe Eric's wearing. That in itself right there, what it represents, is worth a lot more money. Come on, guys, 100% to the charity. The car is just a bonus.
65 bid, 67, 7, 7, 69, and 68 pound dollar, chicken David to give $68,000, $68,000, $68,000, 70, and to get 70, and to get 70, and to get 70, and to down 970, 69, but to get 70, and to get 70, 75, to get 70, 69,000, 70,000, 69 pound dollar, but to get 70, no one, here to get pawn, not two, I'm gonna win two, I'm gonna win two, I'm gonna win two, I'm gonna keep on two, I'm gonna win 71, 2, I'm gonna win 70, 10, I'm gonna get 3, 4, I'm gonna win 4, 5, I'm gonna 75, I'm gonna win 4, 5, I'm gonna win 75, 75, I'm gonna win 5, and $6,000, 75, 77, 76 on once, 75,000 is bid, 76,000, I'm 75, I'm gonna 6, and 75, I'm gonna get 6, I'm 75, I'm gonna 6 and a half. Stop! Oh no, hell. Slam that thing like, let me see that arm. Slam that thing like you got arm on it. Sold $75,000.
Thank you all very much. Thank you guys for what you do.
Thank you so much to the winning bidder for supporting a great charity. We're going to move along now to the next car in the order of the Milan.
Hey, hang on. Hey, sir, y'all come back. We got a couple of guys that we did this a while ago. We did this a while ago. Get your pen out, John. Get your pen. We got some guys that they didn't want to buy the car, but they just want to give some money to your great charity. Right here, number 255 gives $3,000. Number 350 gives $3,000. Number 350 gives $3,000. Number 1848 gives $1,000. 1848.
Well, this is going to be another one of those Barrett Jackson moments. Who wants the car? Let him take it. Let's still donate to a great cause. We'll have the numbers when we return to Las Vegas.